August and I joined Bethel back in 2019, January 2019. And before we joined Bethel, we were going to a previous church where we were tithing, but we were not consistent. We're not consistent because we were drowning in debt. And when I say drowning, it means we had hundreds of thousands of debts. And we didn't know how to do it. And when we were talking about finances, we always end up arguing. But then we joined Bethel January 2019. We found Bethel online. And one thing that got me excited was like, I saw the list of life groups and I saw FPU and I was like, yes, this was like confirmation. I love the church already and now they have FPU. So we joined FPU when it started, I think April 2019 it started. I feel like that really broke a barrier we had. So I felt like FPU was a breakthrough in our marriage. And then he made a vow that said, God, if you would quadruple my income, I'm going to give God my first fruit and every first fruit that comes afterwards.
Yeah.
So I was like, babe, if you're gonna say this, you better keep this vow, because it's very easy to say when you don't have the income to match it. But when the income comes in and now you're gonna give your first fruit and you're gonna tithe, it becomes more testing. So January 2020 comes and then he gets a job that doubles his income. And then I was like, babe, remember what you said in December 2019? Are you gonna keep your vow now? And then we had to do that.
I wasn't sure if I was serious or joking. So when that happened, you know, my wife looked at my face and said, are you gonna tithe your first fruit right now? And I looked at the first paycheck and I was like, oh my gosh, I love the church, but this is huge. But one thing you realize that God tests your character and also the covenant that you've made. And just back to recently too, and seeing what God is doing, and I think we went to church. I had the promotion at work again within 2 years. I've had multiple promotions, and I had the raise. I had a signing bonus with the new position as well, which was a lump sum. I've never gotten a signing bonus before.
After I started tithing and putting God first, it made me realize that I had a trust issue. I wasn't trusting God to really take care of me. That was why I was holding on so much to paying my bills. If I don't pay my bills, I'm not gonna have money left. But once I started tithing first, I felt like I was saying, God, I trust you. And once I started trusting God, God was able to do more and more and more. And I think that's the biggest part that has changed. When he got this new job, I felt like God was saying, remember your vow. You vowed that you're gonna do this. So in addition to the vow of tithing first, and then everything else comes afterwards, Buzz then made that vow in December 2020 that he's going to give his first fruit. And that was not my vow, that was his vow. And I told myself, okay, you've made your vow, and I made my vow of tithing. Let's see what we can do with this. So his new job came January 2020, and he kept to his vow. First fruit came, meaning the first paycheck came. The whole thing goes to God. We don't keep anything. And we're like, wow, this is a big deal knowing that we still have debt to pay. We're still figuring out our finances. I went from being someone that I was constantly concerned about bills. When I started tithing, I felt like I didn't care so much about my bills anymore because I knew God is going to take care of it.